Welcome to the Play It By Ear podcast. The podcast where the topics may vary because, hey, we play it by ear. And now your hosts, Eric Fiskus, Brady Liming, and Todd Griffin.
We are beyond our bicentennial, episode 201 of the Play It By Ear podcast. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Are we
live?
Should be. Guess we'll find out. Well, we got one viewer on YouTube, so I guess we're live.
Gotcha.
I never saw any countdown or anything or heard anything.
I also don't have a chat or like a place to see chat like I normally do. Something definitely looks different.
Well, I can tell you if you bring it up on your phone, you can see the chat on there.
Huh.
Just saying.
It's all good. It's all good.
Did we do a countdown? Did we do it?
We did.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we didn't get that either.
Countdown and intro. Well, it was a starting soon page. It was not a countdown per se.
Gotcha.
It was, it just said starting soon. Then we did the intro. But all right, sorry, iron out a few kinks here, but
All good. How's everybody doing? This is our starting into the second century of our podcast. We're episode 201. Thank you, everybody that came out for episode 200 live. It was a lot of fun.
yeah, we had a good time. Thanks to Gary at Sardinia Perk for allowing us to be there, and yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, if you couldn't be there, it is on YouTube. The stream is on YouTube, and I think you probably get it on Facebook too. But anyway, let's see who we have with us. We got Savannah with us. Welcome, Savannah.
Welcome,
Got the
Savannah.
historian.
Historian is present.
Hello.
Historian says his favorite time of year, not Christmas, but when I get to hear Todd's yearly gripe about how someone his age claims they never let school out in their days.
Silly. I'm going to have to start calling people out, I think.
By name. Look him dead in the camera and said, "You so-and-so, I sat beside you when we were out." Speaking of which, I just got my closed call seconds ago. Seconds ago. That's really surprises me too.
Yeah. Kenny Enlow is with us.
Kenny,
Jim Heron is with us.
We got,
Like I said, gentlemen, if you bring it up on YouTube, the chat is there. You can see it there. But if you just turn your volume down on your phone,
YouTuber.
that may be the best way to go at this point.
yes, I will do that.
Still trying to figure out this new thing we have here to let you all see what I see, but my thing looks very different than yours. So anyway,
Here we go.
all right, got topics tonight from Brady and Todd. And I didn't get their topics, so I didn't type. Tell me your topics, so I'll type it up in the boxes at the top.
Well, I guess I'll go ahead and start. Todd, do you want me to start?
You can start. I'm still trying to pull this up on the...
Trying to play it by ear fashion here. Okay. So my topic, we are getting close to Christmas.
I don't even have it on my Facebook page.
It's on the Play It By Ear Facebook page.
One of the things that we loved about Christmas being Gen Xers, and I am firmly a Gen Xer, is Christmas toys and things we looked forward to. Now, let me be clear. We've done some talk about, toys and what we wanted for Christmas and everything. We've done some, what was stupid ones. I remember, I think it was about last year this time, we laughed for days about the this is gonna be a little callback about the cow that you would put the water in and you would milk it, and how excited those children were to get this milking cow for Christmas. Not, I still think that was a scam foisted upon us by the advertising industry, especially here in Brown County. We have the fair, darn it. All we have to do is ask one of our classmates, and we can milk the real thing anytime we want. But anyway, but as a Gen Xer, this I'm just gonna kind of say it the way that they say it. Oh, whoops. Okay, there we go. All right. The 80s were a Wild West era for toy concepts. Without the strict safety regulations nor the cynicism of later decades, companies would greenlight almost anything, leading to some of the most bizarre, dangerous, or conceptually baffling toys ever made. Here's a list of absurd Gen X toys from the 80s, categorized by their particular flavor of weirdness.
Do we have pictures?
We will, and I might have to call upon our DJ to, because I did have a snow day today. I was trying to be all Mr. Go-Getter and get a slideshow together with everything, and it just didn't work. Not for the reasons you think, nothing technical, but it was just, the views that I could screenshot just weren't as good. You'll understand. I'll without giving anything away, you'll understand probably as we go. So I think we're going to start off with the first category, and this is, why is this a toy? So the toys were the core concept, so baffling it's hard to believe they made it to production in 1986. So Eric, you and I would have been just a little bit past the target age of this. We would have been into high school, but the Rock Lords. The pitch was, Transformers are huge. What else can we make robots into? Cars? Jets? No? Let's do rocks. So once they transformed, they sat there like rocks. So the robot itself standing up wasn't bad, but, I don't mean to get crap, but that rock ain't going to throw itself, So, like, it just had a, just basic rocks, different colors.
What were these called? I think I remember having
Rock Lords.
Rock Lords?
Rock Lords.
All right. Are we not able to pull pictures up on the...
Now, the packaging I saw, it had the, obviously, for good reason, it had the transformed robot part, not the transformed into a rock. So, okay, fourth grade me still would have dug it for about 10 minutes. They probably would have become conquering fodder for my Transformers.
Yeah, I just want to say, just background, just setting. In the background.
Hey, do you remember that scene in the movie Big with Tom Hanks where they were rolling out the toy where it was a skyscraper? He's like, nah, who wants that? It just sits there. It's a building. And so I'm going to call this under the same thing. It's just going to sit there like a rock. But
did
anyway,
they give those away? Did they ever have like miniature versions of those in Happy Meals or something? I'm trying to look here. Man, I remember.
That sounds vaguely familiar, but I can't attest to it for sure.
Yeah, I found a picture that I remember having these, but I don't remember buying them like in a store or having, in the typical figurine packaging.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if I got one, like a miniature one at a restaurant or something.
Because if they flopped, who knows? They would have probably put them in Happy Meals and any kind of fast food kind of thing.
I mean, I guess that technique would be good if you were a robot and you could turn yourself into a rock for hiding, or for, like, if something were after you and you just wanted to blend in.
So hang with me here. If the episode, I'm painting a Transformer episode where they're having a scout or a spy, and they do the, and they just put themselves on the mountain trail just so they can watch things go by. Okay, he could have a role or a point, but honestly, the other punchline onto this is it remains the gold standard for lazy toy concepts.
It says here, it's funny when you look at the names of them, because some of them are based on, so for instance, like this one guy's named Boulder, and then there's Nugget, Nuggit,
Nugget,
and then Granite, spelled like actual granite, and then Magmar,
that sounds like a
Magmar, then Sticks and then some of them have names like this: Sticks and Stones, Tombstone,
interesting.
Pulverize, spelled Pulvereyes.
Do you think there was racism among the rocks? Like if they were sedimentary, metamorphic, or igneous? Do you
I don't
think
know.
they classified themselves in,
Marbles was one. Crackpot.
Crackpot?
Yeah. Brimstone.
That would make
Slimestone,
sense.
And Stoneheart.
Sounds like an 80s metal band.
Nugget looks gold. I'm assuming he's gold.
It is a concept that I don't think lasted very long. So
they also came with these little cards. So like Granite,
ooh.
His rank was Good Rock Warrior. Body type Granite, tough as nails. A tough as nails composition that reflects his strength and determination. His weapon was a T-gun. A happy-go-lucky rock with a ready laugh. Granite is truly a gentle giant, but put him in the thick of a fight, and he's one of the most fearsome combatants on the battlefield. Despite its ordinary appearance, the T-gun's shiny bullets will pierce anything, and that's enough to send any evil rock running for cover.
Which would have disqualified itself from being a toy today if he was shooting bullets. It's interesting. Does it say when he passed on that he became a great countertop?
No, you want to hear what? Here's Boulder. His rank is Rock Lord / Good Leader. Body type tungsten. Among the toughest of all minerals, it shows durability and resolve. His weapon's a power sword. Brave and wise with an awesome physique, Boulder leads the defense of Cortex against Magmar's villainous plots. Boulder has foe alike. In the heat of battle, he scatters enemy with stun gun blasts and zaps them with his power sword.
When you say it like that, I'm intrigued. It sounds like a story.
The story behind him, yeah.
So do you think it was supposed to be a cartoon and it never took off?
I'm guessing, yeah. Well, there's little comics, like with the cards.
Ooh.
Stoneheart used a slam ray for a weapon.
Cool.
Seemed like the 80s were ripe with all these knockoffs. You come up with Transformers, and then there'd be another
GoBots.
Knockoff sort of thing. I don't know where this rock thing falls, but
that
seems like that.
Well, and I just wonder, like, if these rocks, every once in a while, they all just turn the rocks and then just sit sedentary for about 3 or 4 days, and then they get back up again and fight. I don't know how that works. I don't know how turning into a rock is beneficial.
Go ahead. Well, I'm just saying, if they're fighting each other, if it's rock versus rock, that rock sitting beside that's not going to fool anybody. It's like, I see you sitting there. You don't look like gravel. I know who you are.
It would essentially be like the longest game of rock, paper, scissors where the two people continue to continuously pick rock over and over and over again. Nobody wins. It's like they get up to fight and they just turn to rock.
So I wonder
if you are a rock, like you said, can the other... I'm assuming there's something to the story where if I picture them like the Thriller video. They're coming out of like the fog, and yeah, that would be pretty cool.
They need to let us do this, and so I wonder which one of the ones like if you cut them, does like lava come out of them like blood? So there's all kind of ways you could go with this. Do you think they have a buddy that goes around and has like a slingshot on wheels and they just launch each other into battle?
Well, it looked to me like from the pictures that well, where was it? I had them up. What were they called again? Rock Lords?
Yes.
It looked to me like when they are in rock formation that they are about the same size as they are in robot formation, close enough. So I don't think that like they don't turn into tiny rocks.
So basically, it was even the engineering was a little bit suspect. They just kind of smushed together a little bit into a rock.
Yeah. I just happened to find this message board, this Transformer World 2005, because it's. It says, so one of the recent reveals, I don't know how old this is. This is from October 2023. So one of the recent reveals Hasbro gave us in their upcoming Transformers Legacy United was 2 so-called Rock Lords type characters. And the picture of them, they are Transformers, and they're turning into like rock, but they're like vehicles that are covered in rock. Now that makes sense.
Yeah.
And this person even says, here's the thing, though. The Rock Lords were never robot cars or other vehicles covered in rocks. The Rock Lords were powerful living rocks. That was their entire gimmick. It's what made them special and unique to me when I was a little kid growing up. Honestly, it's also one of the things that made me want to explore and collect real rocks while I was growing up.
I was going to say, it sounds like there's a little bit of science behind like when they're describing their attributes. That's what I went with Patsy Pumice for being the foil, the ne'er-do-well, because like, you're going to learn about your different rock types. So why not? Why not pick the lightest?
Did you already happen to read did you read about when they died off?
I did not read when they died off. That was not included in my synopsis.
You can go on if you want. I might look and see if I can find when they died off.
So we have some comments. The historian asked if we remember Barnyard Commandos.
Dude, it's the next one. It is the next one. So
we'll hold off on that.
Unfortunately, I think Barnyard Commandos made its way to a few households, probably not ones that we would attend. At least that's what was rumored in high school. But Eric just caught that.
So hang on, Brady. Real quick. Apparently, well, there was a GoBots Battle of the Rock Lords. Well, that's different. That's because it's animated science fiction action film.
Yeah. Well, let me just tell you, GoBots were the Temu Transformers.
I liked GoBots.
Oh.
I had no problem with GoBots.
They had silly voices and whimsical actions. That it wasn't sellable. It was, yeah. It didn't send me.
I can't find any information about when they died off. It just says in the 86 is around the time they were out. So
I will give the GoBots this. They had their villain had one of the best names, Psykill. He was a motorcycle. Psykill.
Oh, I thought you said Sidekill.
Psykill.
Oh.
Like a motorcycle.
So there were no feature films for GoBots. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, there was one.
There was a GoBots movie. It was animated, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was animated, and it was
in the theaters.
Yeah, no, not in the theaters.
I saw it in the theater.
It would in the video store section. It was always in the same place you found Barney or the Magic School Bus.
Well, I mean, I just read you one. The GoBots Battle of the Rock Lords was a movie, but I could have sworn I went to the theater and saw a GoBots movie.
Now, when the Transformers movie came out, it's kind of a classic because like it got real serious. I won't give away any spoilers, but it left a lot of people traumatized. So let's just say there was a death of a main character that, wasn't good. I think I need to go on to the next one, Chris, or the historian. 1989, Barnyard Commandos. Here's the pitch. Rambo, but they're farm animals. The absurdity, highly detailed pigs and sheep with missile launchers strapped to their backs. They even had a backstory about how a radioactive pig slop created a mutant army. The tagline was, "It's not just a battle, it's a war."
So did you have to eat said slop to turn radioactive? Or to turn
so 1989, this would put it slightly after the comic book Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was born. It hadn't become quite the rage. I had one that stuck in my 76 Pinto, but I was ahead of the curve. And was Todd gone? Or is he just lurking?
Yeah, something happened there.
There he is. But anyway, I had my Michelangelo turtle that stuck. It's like one of those suction cup plushy things that stuck in my Pinta. And but anyway, the reason I bring that up is the radioactive slop sounds like a knockoff of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But so I would say that much like the turtles, the radioactive slop turned them into the battle beasts that they became.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't remember much about the turtles. I never got into those as much as some did. I think I only had a couple little figures or whatever. Figurines.
I was excited when it came out in college. Okay, truth be known, I saw it like before it got big, and I was scrolling through, and I could have swore I saw this thing called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, did I see that right?
It was a cartoon on Channel 64.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So I finally was like, you got to be kidding. So it was just so absurd. I loved it. Which I still think they stole it off me in a weird way, but that's another story.
They were not on a pier.
They were not under Santa Monica Pier. That's right. Aquatic sea mammals under Santa Monica Pier. I was ahead of my time, darn it. But can I ask Chris? I can't say, but did the historian, did you have one of these, or were you just aware of them? So I'll wait for that answer. So
So did the animals not wear underwear? Is that the whole deal? Commandos?
That brings it up to, actually, leave it to my child. Was watching Bluey the other day, and one episode they're wearing Australian rules football jerseys because they each supported a different team. And she's like, well, wait a minute. If they're wearing shirts here, are they just naked the rest of the time? Or is it? So it's kind of like what you said, Eric. She picked up on that. It's kind of like Yogi Bear wore a tie, but nothing else, which I thought is even more weird.
What were these called again?
Barnyard Commandos.
The historian said he had a couple of them.
Yeah. So I wonder who the villain was. We'll have to take that journey eventually and find out who the baddies and who the heroes were. Okay. Let's see. Now we're gonna go into the gross out category. Oh, what, Todd?
I'm just trying to look up the different figures.
Give me the names. There are a couple of them.
I'm trying to.
If there's one not named Pork Chop, they're not doing their job. Just saying.
Historian had Major Mutton.
And please tell me that his karate move was the mutton chop. But he'd put you in the rack of lamb.
That's the finishing move.
As a finishing move. Man, see, this is what I'm born to do. If there was a job where I could just sit around and do this all day, I could do it.
There was series 1. You had the Rams, RAMS, Sergeant Woolly Pullover, Commodore Fleece Cardigan, Major Legger Mutton, Pilot Fluff Pendleton. You had the Porks, General Ham Fat Lardo, Private Sido Bacon, Sergeant Shoat and Sweet, Captain Tusker Chitlins. Series 2, the Rams had Master Sergeant Cornelius Cannon Fodder, Private Bull Bellwether, Commander Missiles Mutton Chop, Lieutenant Sure-Shot Shearling. The Porks had Corporal High on the Hog, High on the Hog, Staff Sergeant Blaster McBacon, Major Piggyback Gunner, Captain Hog Wild. And in the vehicles, they had the Bacon Bomber, the Pork Chopper, the Porcapult, and the Ram Tank.
Sounds slightly filthy. But that is great. I wonder if they ever had a cartoon. I might have to check that out. So these have come up briefly, this next one. By the way, the gross out category, the 80s discovered that kids love bodily fluids and repulsion, by the way.
By the way, it was a TV series. That's what this was. 19 and 90 TV series. It gets a 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb.
Well, guess what I'm going to be doing right before bedtime since school's closed? I'm watching Barnyard Commandos. Probably be careful Googling that.
Be very careful.
Yeah.
It features the vocal talents of S. Scott Bullock, Tom Bray, Pat Fraley, Paul Kreppel, John Mariano, Bob Ridgely, Lenny Winrib, and Danny Wells. I don't know who those people are, but all of them but one have a wiki page.
Yeah.
I think Paul Kreppel played Sonny on, what was the name of that show? Had the 3 waitresses in the swanky restaurant.
Living.
It's a Living,
With Jillian.
Yeah.
He was the pianist.
And Jillian.
Yeah.
He was the pianist.
Interesting.
Scott
Eric?
S. Bullock.
That's impressive.
That name sounds familiar. I'm thinking of Jim J. Bullock.
Yeah, it's probably his brother. Tell me what animal he's voiced over. That'll tell me everything.
Doesn't. I can't.
All right. So you're ready for some gross out?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Madballs. Madball. 1985. I remember Madballs.
I remember those. I love those. By the way, real quick, Jack Wesselman was he was best known for his role as Charlie the bartender on the Jeffersons.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Madballs was the pitch was a ball you could catch with, but looks like a severed head. The absurdity? These were rubber foam balls with grotesque designs. A mummy with rotting teeth, a cyclops with a bleeding eye, whose name was Oculus Orbis, and a brain who was with exposed veins called Screamin' Mimi. They were huge, heavy, and unpleasant to look at. So they were just like basically balls of the macabre.
Yeah, I had some Madballs.
I
ask, are we not able to pull pictures up?
I would have needed more notice.
Okay. I'm trying to look. I remember having a Madball that was an eyeball and a Madball that was a baseball. You guys remember those?
I remember the baseball one was a baseball, but it had a horrific, like contorted face on part of it.
It just had a mouth open, didn't it?
Yeah. Like I remember teeth and like.
Yeah, I'm gonna look and see if I can find some here. I know there were a couple different sizes of Madballs. There were miniature Madballs.
Would a miniature Madball be like a ping pong ball size?
Yeah, maybe a little bigger.
Like a racquetball as opposed to like a baseball.
So this picture here has it has the baseball, which is like it's like a face, like an open face with like a tongue sticking out. There was I do remember having this one like a zombie looking thing with like an eyeball hanging out of it. And then the eyeball itself. Well, I remember that I had this one too. It was like a purple. I don't know how it'll show up on the. Come on, I don't know how that'll.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Like a purple had a nose ring and a horn.
So I don't remember the circumstances, but I do remember one time at Sardinia Elementary, once that we were trying to play wiffle ball or something, and somebody tried to play with a Madball, but of course, it wasn't a smooth sphere, so it would like have weird, trajectory.
Yeah, a couple of them would have worked, but definitely some of them would not have. But you definitely would have had to have your bat taped up for that.
Oh gosh, yeah, they were heavier than plastique, that's for sure.
It was a Nerf, basically.
Yeah, a Nerf with a rubber like a coating.
Yeah.
It wouldn't take, if I remember right, it wouldn't take much to crack the coating.
Never played wiffle ball without a taped up bat anyway.
Yeah. The taped up bat, yeah, that was like corking the bat back in the day.
You had to tape the ball and the bat.
Yes.
But if you only had enough tape, Eric, for one, you had to tape the sweet spot of the bat, right? Is that how you guys did it?
Yes.
But what got first priority is if the ball cracked, then you would have to tape the ball.
Right. Well, and plus, because you had two different types of wiffle balls. You had the ones with the holes. You had to tape those up for sure. Although those sailed farther than the ones that were not holed and just had like the little fake baseball stitchings on them.
Well, you had three types. You had the slotted holes,
which was the
you had the round
brand.
holes, and you had the holeless.
Right. Yeah. I never liked the holeless. The
The
holes hurt.
ones were terrible.
They hurt when they hit you.
Oh, gosh,
they
yeah.
dented.
They would get dented.
You needed the holes to keep denting from happening. It's like frying bologna. You got to cut the little slit in the bologna, or it'll just cup up on you.
Shoot. The thing, like the ones with just the holes, not the slots, they would travel farther. But the slotted, the real wiffle brand balls were the good pitch. Those are the ones where you can get a nasty curve or break to it.
Yeah, Eric, either one of you, but correct me if I'm wrong, but couldn't you also sometimes put something in? Seems like I remember putting things in the wiffle ball. Like the ones with holes, like putting some gravel or some fine gravel.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Right, and then taping it up.
It would alter the flight of the ball.
Definitely.
Not only that, but when you hit it, it almost turned it into a shotgun blast, man. It come rocketing out those holes and
right.
somebody.
It seems like I remember doing that and then using real bats. Taping it up, putting something in it, taping it up, and then using real bats. Eventually, I graduated to the tennis ball.
Yeah.
Real bats and tennis balls.
Yeah.
That was the way to go.
Did you ever get the ones that were like, so it was a wiffle ball bat, sort of, but it was coated with foam, like a dense foam. And then those usually came with a tennis ball in the packet. But it was like it's shaped like a wiffle ball bat, but it had like a spongy Nerfness to it, but a little bit tougher than a Nerf.
Yeah, we've talked to this before, though. What was the purpose of the big fat red bat? I like realism. I like realism.
Yeah, I think the whole purpose of the big bat was you could always tell who the inexperienced player was when they saw the menu of bats to be had, and if they went for that one first, you didn't want them on your team because they were mistakenly thinking they were gonna like knock some out, but they, so
yeah.
All right, the next one is Puddles. Puddles it just says early 1980s. The pitch. Let's give little girls the experience of cleaning up dog urine. The absurdity.
Girls?
Yeah. It was definitely a girl's toy. Okay. So, but
that would go over like a turn of punch bowl today.
Well, I mean, ish. There are still, like Monster High dolls. You know what I mean? It's kind of like one of those things.
But I could say, like lifelike dolls that you actually have to burp and change and stuff like that. But basically saying like, get the girls ready to clean up after the doll.
Well, that's the joke of this site. That's not actually the tagline of the product.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was the tag. I thought you actually said
no. That would get you. That even in the 80s, that wouldn't.
I mean,
fly.
you know me. I'm far from woke, but I'm like, I can't believe that tagline. Like, get the girls ready to clean up dog urine.
But so I definitely needed some that modeling in this house. But anyway, you pour water into the dog's mouth, and it would immediately leak out the bottom onto the carpet. The fun was training the dog not to ruin your floor. And I remember the commercial was like, "No, no, no, puppy," which is never how it goes. Most of it's not repeatable. But anyway, but yeah, it was a cute little cutesy, you know, definitely a girl's toy. Definitely a girl's toy. Um, okay. Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh yeah.
1985, and even though I was a little bit older, these were funny, darn it. Because we had something, Eric and I grew up in the era. Okay, so let's lead into Garbage Pails by Garbage Pail Kids. Let me tell you what they are first. Cabbage Patch Kids, but horrifying. The absurdity, while most trading cards, the merchandise was inescapable. They featured children vomiting, exploding, or rotting. Schools banned them immediately, which only made them more popular. It's like the explicit lyric sticker on a CD back in the day, like moths to flame. But the Garbage Pails Kids were like one that I remember is Tommy Tummyache, and it just had some kid vomiting, like projectile vomiting. And there was one like, I don't know, sewer system Sal or something like that. But anyway,
I need to pull up some names.
But Eric and I, we had the primordial version of Garbage Pail Kids, and I bet Eric, you haven't thought of these in years. Wacky Packages.
No.
Do you remember them?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
Well, so they weren't part of the Garbage Pail Kid canon?
No, they predated them. And wacky packages were things like they would riff on existing food products. Hold on one moment, please. Keep on continuing, gentlemen.
Cartoonist Art Spiegelman. Huh. He was a consultant for Topps.
Oh, really? Well, Well, I do know that the card was quality. And they would, I remember there was the cards, and if I remember right, there was like foil stickers also, which is definitely a hallmark of Topps products. But wacky packages.
Well, if I can interject here, because it mentions that. It's why he came up with the product idea after the success of his earlier creations, Garbage Candy and Wacky Packages. The concept originally began as an unreleased Wacky Packages sticker for a 1985 series, but the management at Topps thought it would be a good idea for a separate spin-off series.
I just had this just rush into my brain, and I owe Mr. Spiegelman an apology, because I think there's a joke I've been making for years that I thought came organically to me, and it could have very well been a wacky package. Instead of die and rot, the die and rot, I think that was a wacky package.
So those go way back, gentlemen.
Way back.
Those were produced beginning in 1967.
Okay,
wow.
No.
Yeah, and they were first in die cut, then in peel and sticker format. 16 series produced between 1973 and 1977.
See, 77, that would be about right. First, second grade. That's where I remember those from.
I wish I could see some. So the whole idea here is that they spoofed well-known brands and packages.
Yes.
So like Rat's crackers.
Yes, things like that.
Yeah.
Brady, did you think you came up with die and rot?
I think I did.
No, I don't think you did. No. I don't even know how you thought you did.
Who did?
Not Brady. Not me.
So you're not saying, you're not one of those deals where you're saying it's you and he's
no.
I think it might be a buried. I haven't thought of wacky packages, and probably since middle school or younger. But like that just struck when I was like thinking about this. I was like, that kind of reminds me of Wacky Packages, and I think there was one called Die and Run.
Was 2 of the cards, Cracked Animals and Rats Crackers, were pulled from production after the initial run. Moron Salt was pulled later and replaced by Jolly Mean Giant, which was also pulled soon after that. When I first read that, I was laughing because I thought it said Jolly Meat Giant, which would have been even funnier. I want to see some of these.
Yeah.
Oh
they're pretty. Well, if you think of Garbage Pail Kids, the artwork was the same.
Right. But
it's kind of like Mad Magazine meets Ren and Stimpy kind of look.
But a whole different concept. Because this, again, was poking. These people probably had a hard time staying out of trouble because of poking fun of real brands. Like you had Quacker Oats, and instead of the oat, it was a duck. Hawaiian Punks, Glutton Mustard, Dr. Pooper.
I can't believe they got away with that.
Skip It Cruddy, the peanut butter instead of Skippy Crunchy.
So the historian wants to know, Todd, or I guess all of us, if we remember Spitwad Todd.
I think I would have had to have had Spitwad Todd. I'm sure it was pointed out that. I want to look that picture up though. Rot Wheels, Jeez-It, extra soft instead of Cheez-Its. It has like an old man like with no teeth. It says extra soft. This is hilarious. I can't believe I've never heard of this. Wow.
I mean,
Pepsi Cola, and it has a dog like drinking a soda.
It hit my. I mean, it says a lot about me that my sense of humor went to that even when I was 6.
Some of these couldn't be used now. This is hilarious. I would like to see these come back. Like, it'd be fun to see them up with updated brands.
Yeah.
What was the one he talked about? Spitball Todd?
Spitwad Todd.
Spitwad Todd, yeah.
Yeah. That would rhyme, yeah. Spitball Paul, that would be. Spitwad Todd.
Oh, man.
I don't know if...
Hold it up there, man. Is he like having to spit it in a garbage can? No. Okay. Yeah.
His face. He has just a hole in the middle of his face.
I think that's his nose, isn't it?
He looks like an anus.
Sphincter-like face.
I'll send that picture to you guys just so you can see. It looks like he's like the wad that he's spitting is his face.
Ew, that's amazing.
I'll send it to you guys so you can see it. Did anybody else have a I just saw your dog.
Oh, he's got his Bucky's hoodie on. He's cold.
He's digging. He's trying to get to the bottom of that.
He's just making himself comfortable. All right. Moving on to the unintentionally terrifying category. Toys meant to be cute or cool that ended up being nightmare fuel. And dude, Todd, I apologize. This was going to predate you. But I remember being intrigued by the commercial. My older cousin, Kevin, who's about 7 years older than me, had this. And when I saw it, it scared me. And it was Hugo, Man of 1,000 Faces from 1975, but popular through the 80s. Hugo was kind of like a hand puppetish kind of guy. It kind of looked like a ventriloquist dummy, but it didn't move its mouth, but it came with a bunch of disguises. So basically he was like, think of like the Masters of Disguise movie, Dana Carvey, where you could do all, but it was really, really scary looking.
What's his name?
Hugo, Master of Disguise.
Hugo.
I'll see if I could.
Master of Disguise.
Okay, got him. Here you go. I'll do one better. Here is, oh gosh, here's the actual packaging in the box.
I see it. It's funny because like when I searched and put the images, it pulled up Dana Carvey. Was that a spinoff? Did you already say that?
No, it was just because Hugo was the man of 1,000 faces, not the master of disguise. But then, like, all the things that Hugo could become were probably ethnic stereotypes. And but
man, that's creepy.
It is like, very creepy.
Did you find a picture that's like him, and then like all of his little? He's got a butt chin that you can attach to him.
Yeah.
It literally looks like something in Yeah, but like if you look at this picture, there's a picture where it shows all of his attachments.
Yeah.
And I gotta get out of that light. It reminds me of
Kim Jong-il?
No, it reminds me of what was the big the guy that skinned people and stuff that just had the Netflix
Dahmer.
No, the most recent one. Ed Gein. It reminds me of something out of Ed Gein. He's got like extra noses there and like some mandibles and some teeth.
I see it, man. All the accessories.
I don't see a nipple belt.
Nipple belt.
Yeah, Ed Gein had a nipple belt and a nipple lamp. Yeah. By the way, if you watch that, be careful watching that. It'll make you question whether you should be watching it or not.
Yeah, it's pretty horrifying. But well, anyway, the description: it was a bald, armless male bust with a dead stare. You glued facial hair and warts onto him. He looked less like a spy and more like a forensic reconstruction of a John Doe found in a river. Yeah. So
I'm learning stuff tonight. I had never heard of this.
Yeah.
I had never heard of the.
I told you this would be a fun one because
what were they called again? The wacky packages.
Oh, wacky packages, yeah, and garbage pail kids.
I wonder what the most sought after garbage pail kid is.
I'm sure it's on there because it seems like I've read something about this. See, there was a Garbage Pail Kid movie.
Right.
And it is usually on every list of the worst movies of all time because it was nothing but barf, poop, fart jokes, and just gross out humor for 90 minutes.
What? What's wrong with that?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was just like really poorly done, and it was just really bad. But
so this one is I'll just go real quick. The top 25, 1985 Garbage Pail Kid, Adam Bomb. Number 8. Of course, it's got like all the specifics of the car, which car, like the series.
Yeah.
It's estimated worth $15,000.
Jeez.
Next you have Nasty Nick. It's worth $14,000. It's also from 1985. He is a vampire, by the way.
Well, okay, can I throw this in there as soon as you said that? One time I was playing my guitar on my balcony at Ohio State, and some rough-looking guy heard me playing. I wasn't very good then, but like, he's like, "Hey man, we're looking for a guitar player. Can you? We got a rehearsal thing. Can you come and play with them?" And so the guy that saw me was the drummer. And he was a younger guy. But the guy who was the singer was this, he seemed like he was in his 50s when I was 18. And he went by the name of Nasty Nicky.
Mm.
He was like trying to be like hair metal, but he was 20 years past. I'll tell you who he reminded me of is Joe Bro from, if you've ever seen the Instagram, the guy with the long mullet who can't sing very well.
Oh yes,
yeah,
I didn't realize his last name. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. What's interesting about these the most valuable cards, the top 4 are each the same. Like Adam Bomb is 1 and 3, and then who was the other one? Nasty Nick is 2 and 4. So the third place is the non-glossy Adam Bomb, which is interesting. It's worth half as much as the glossy one, if it's in whatever PSA 10 gem mint value, but the reason why Adam Bomb is so valuable is because Adam Bomb served as the cover art on the original boxes. I just want to say that looked familiar. I don't know that I ever had an Adam Bomb, but
a little bit of wrestling trivia. The wrestler, I think, the Edge, like I think his original ring name was Adam Bomb.
Really? Evil Eddie is next, and interestingly enough about Evil Eddie, it's the same character as Nasty Nick.
I think they have Wicked Walter.
And there's a couple Evil Eddies, so these must all be. There's Fry and Brian, Potty Scotty. I remember Potty Scotty.
Sweaty Betty.
Blasted Billy. Who was? Let me look at it real quick. I think that's the same character as Adam Bomb.
Huh.
So they regurgitated
the artwork
with different
just put different accessories on them.
Right. Interesting.
Interesting.
Brian, Potty Scotty. Let me this list almost over. Boney Joni. Stinky Stan. Jenny Genius. Jay Decay. Junkie Jeff.
Junkie Jeff.
Buggy Betty. Junkie. Another Blasted Billy. Schizophrenic. I remember her. She was a.
Oh yeah, that's. Ooh.
She was a conjoined twin.
So Junkie Jeff, like.
New Wave Dave.
Wow.
I remember this one. Dead Ted. Isn't it amazing that if we just had more self-control back in the day, we could have kept some things like.
Oh gosh,
we would have that would be worth money now.
I would have never taken my 18-inch Boba Fett live-action figure out of its box.
There's Leaky Lou. Speaking of the wiffle walls.
Ooh, man, like, it just takes you back.
Crater Chris. Slobby Robbie. Mean Gene, and yeah. So anyway.
Anyway,
we probably all had some of those. I mean, I don't know.
Oh
how
yeah,
rare,
I mean,
I don't know how rare they were.
them.
Oh, you didn't? I definitely had several.
Like I said, it would have been 85. Yeah, like I said, I probably laughed at him in 7th grade or 8th grade. I was too into my I don't know, things like that had fallen by the wayside.
Gotcha.
But,
any comments, Eric? Said I don't have my Facebook open.
I mean, let's see, Teddy Ruxpin. That's what the historian brought up. I don't know if he's on the list or not. Anime Eric.
Oh.
I bet it wasn't spelled with an A.
Breezy Brady. I think he's just making names up.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
Tuberculosis Todd.
Oh, man. That's great. Tuberculosis Todd.
We should each come up with our own. We should.
Only
there has
AI
to be somewhere out there. Yeah, there's somewhere out there you can probably make yourself into a garbage pail.
Oh
kid.
yeah, gotta be out there. Okay, so we went Hugo. Shoot. Couple more. Baby Alive, 1973 through the 1980s version. The pitch: a doll that eats real food. The absurdity: you mixed it powder with water to make food, in quotation marks, spoon-fed it to the doll, and it would poop it out the other side. The weirdest part was the mechanical grinding noise the motor made while chewing, which sounded like a garbage disposal crunching bones.
By the way, back to the historian's comments, he said those are real cards.
Really?
So I guess Anime Eric and Breezy Brady are real.
Let me look them up. I'm assuming Breezy Brady has some gas.
You think?
Anime Eric, I don't think that needs much. I wonder if he's holding the bag, left holding the bag.
Here's Breezy Brady.
All right.
I see a resemblance.
The light kind of tilted to the side a little bit. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, it's literally the breeze. I'm looking windblown. That was not going where I thought it was going.
Well, you're holding like a little, like one of those little, I don't know, your eyeballs are popping out, your tongue's hanging out, you got snot coming out of your nose.
So it's a fan that's way too strong effect.
Yeah. And what, enema? How the hell you spell E-N-I-M-A?
E-N-E-M-A, I believe.
Is it E?
Yes.
Yeah. Either way. Enema, Eric. Garbage. Pail kid.
You tell me there's a Brady and there's not a Todd?
Oh, there was a Todd.
There was Spitball.
Spitball
Oh,
Todd.
okay.
Spitwad
Spitwad
Todd.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see here.
Was tuberculosis Todd made up?
I made tuberculosis Todd.
Okay.
There's engineered Eric. And then there's enema Eric, who has a water hose going up his
Posterior.
aimed towards his nether regions. His eyes have also popped out of his head.
Which is a recurring theme.
Right. I'm trying to get it where the light's not on it. Over here.
Oh, this is great. God, we could probably spend an hour on these.
Yeah. Other than that, Eric, you're looking pretty good. The only thing you're missing is your eyes.
I felt like that. Felt like that some lately.
It looks like a self induced accident, though, Eric. Looks like you lost your way with a water hose.
Kind of like the water slide thing, the unintentional enema.
Right.
It was like somebody just came across the pressure hose.
Yeah, nothing wrong going. I mean, he still had his pants on, so he wasn't trying to give himself an enema. It was through fabric. It was touching fabric, touching cloth.
I'm sure it was after. All right. I want to make a comment about that Baby Alive thing where it said that it had the weirdest part was the grinding noise the motor made while the chewing sound, and it sounded like a garbage disposal crushing bones. Baby Alive appeared on another list of most dangerous toys because little girls would get their hair caught in it, and it would get stuck in their hair because it would like get caught in the gears.
Ew.
So that, I mean, it wouldn't like take their head off, right? But like it would be getting your hair stuck in a handheld fan. You know what I mean? Something like that. So they had to change the design.
Did you call it Baby Alive?
Baby Alive, yeah.
I
it was just
remember
a
those.
doll baby. You know, it was just but this one would like eat. It would go like and move its mouth, and it had an insatiable appetite and then no sense of responsibility. So these last two on my list was the dangerously negligent toys. One is the over-under, you know where it's going to go. Jarts. Horseshoes, but with heavy metal spikes. These are weighted, sharp missiles designed to be thrown high into the air. If you missed the target or if your sibling didn't move fast enough, the consequences were severe. They were banned in the United States in 1988 for obvious reasons. So I would like to say that I played Jarts at my Aunt Mary Alice's house, family reunion every year, and nobody ever got hurt.
Well, it only takes one.
Oh, yeah.
You know the worst part about Jarts was that lame ass ring that you had. Like you couldn't get it to stay in place. There was nothing to attach it to the ground. It wasn't weighted.
It needed some wickets to hold it in place.
It did some little tent spikes.
So why not a few more sharp objects in the box?
There you go. Right. If
Those don't have to be sharp. Like tent widgets and stuff are like they're bulbous at the end.
Yeah.
But it needed something because if you stepped anywhere near the grass, it upset the ring.
Oh yeah.
Or if the Jart, sometimes the Jart would hit just so, and the ring would like move or flip up, and it was a mess.
I remember when they blasphemously changed the Jarts from the pointy kind to the rounded tip that just had a heavier weight but less sharp, and it never was the same. Never was the same.
Are you talking about these?
No, these still had metal, but those are ridiculous. Those are dismissed. Those are not going to get into my reunion. But these were like the original jarts were very pointed at the end. But then the ones that came later, they weren't metal. They were plastic.
Well, this was a jart.
Look at the tip of that.
That's with a tip. Yeah, it's a jart.
Let me see the tip, and I'll tell you if it's a real one.
It's a real jart.
Okay,
yeah.
But if you look, for those so inclined, look up the pre-'80s jarts as opposed to the post-'80s jarts, because they were much rounder. They wouldn't stick very well. They were a little bit heavier because they made it weighted so it would go into the ground, but it just wasn't the same. They didn't.
I wonder if Fairbairn ever played jarts when he was growing up.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
So Kenny Enlow says he got a few stitches in his head from jarts.
Really?
So it's Kenny's fault.
It was Kenny's fault. It only takes one.
Was everybody's box of jarts like a faded old brown box? Looked like it had been in a flood. I never saw like a new, nice, glossy box of jarts. They were always.
It's probably because they were sold on the black market like Toot. You had to once they were banned.
Like even look at that picture. Like if you can look at it, you can't tell, but it's actually you can't tell. It looks terrible in there, but the box is yellow. You can't really
yellowed.
See it. Yeah.
Golden.
So I wonder how much an old set of jarts is worth.
I don't know if you can still buy them.
I bet American.
Well, I'm not saying you can buy them.
No, I'm wondering if you. I wonder if you can. I want to see if you can buy them somewhere.
I'm sure you could have them. I'm sure someplace in like China that has no safety regulations, you could buy some and get them shipped to the United States. Probably with titanium jet blades to make them sharper, so they have a sonic boom on the way down because it cuts the air so fast.
It's the classic close only counts on horseshoes, hand grenades, and jarts.
Jarts.
For those of you that didn't play jarts, you had a ring. Again, it was a very generic ring. I mean, it was
a plastic
tubing,
yeah.
a hollow tube, because it had to make a circle. And if I'm not mistaken, it didn't come in a circle.
You had to plug it in.
You had to plug it in. Yeah. And so it was much like horseshoes. You set up the ring. I don't know how many feet apart. I mean, probably about the same as horseshoes. And you threw your jart.
Underhanded.
It was right, underhanded. It was basically
like a cornhole bag.
Cornhole. But I'm pretty sure you got a point, obviously, in the ring. But didn't you get a point if it was close to the ring, or something?
I think if I remember right, the throw that was closest to the ring, you didn't get the major points, but I think the one that got closest was awarded like one booby prize point. If nobody got it in there, but didn't it have to be stuck in the ground? It couldn't be prone. It had to be stuck.
Yes.
So
Jim Heron says, check your grandmother's house. You'll probably find some in the garage.
But,
somewhere somebody got mad and murdered somebody with a jart.
Oh, a research project. I wonder how many people actually died from jarting. I'm sure it's happened.
Or you're at a family reunion. I'm sure families getting mad at each other and attacking each other with jarts.
See, I don't think the injuries came from the game itself. I think it came from some snot-nosed kid that tried to underhanded 50 feet up to see where it would land, and then it landed on.
Oh, I can remember trying to throw the jarts as far as I could. I don't ever
as high as you could or far as you
both.
could.
I can remember acting a fool with them. I mean, so I'm not a bit surprised that
you were part of the problem, man.
But I didn't. I didn't get stitches like.
Yeah.
So what was proper jart form? I mean, did you try to make the jart like do a somersault in the air?
Oh no, that would be wind resistance and drag. You needed to. It had to be the tip gliding high enough so when it came down into the ring, it would stick. Because, like I said, if it just laid prone, it didn't count. You had to stick it. It had to be stuck into the ground.
Is that where the saying "stick it" came from?
Maybe I don't know.
Or darts.
Yeah.
But so if you remember right, they also had to mess with horseshoes. They had to rubberize horseshoes too.
Yes.
You had rubber horseshoes and a wooden stake.
Gosh.
That's
no clang.
No clang.
Which is odd because if I'm not mistaken, the wooden stake was sharpened.
Yes.
Wasn't it? So
Was
you
it?
essentially, I mean,
Yeah, you had to stick
See,
it
I
in the
remember it
ground.
being like a railroad spike. Now that could have just been my
no,
Uncle
the original.
Jim's.
No, the original. I'm talking about when they rubberized horseshoes.
Oh,
The horseshoes were rubber. The stake was wooden, and I'm pretty sure it was sharpened. That's the only way you could have gotten it into the ground.
oh, okay. I thought you meant sharp end up. I'm like, what would be the
No.
point of
I'm
that?
saying like that's
Okay.
how you because the original horseshoes. You're right. It was a metal rod, like a. It
Like
wasn't
a
even
railroad
sharp.
spike.
It
like
was-
it
but it
had
was-
a flat head on it.
It was blunt. It wasn't
Yeah.
even pointed like a railroad spike.
No.
A railroad spike is pointed.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was. You just sure weight got it down into the ground.
yeah.
But then when they rubberized horseshoes, they essentially made them into dog chew toys.
Yeah. Oh, and like that telling clank when you
Right.
got it was replaced with
Right. I mean, horseshoes wasn't fun anymore when somebody couldn't lose a toenail.
right. But okay, the very last one, we can move on. This is one I've never heard of for probably obvious reasons. I checked the validity of this, and it is true. This actually was a thing. Gilbert U hyphen 238. Gilbert U-238 Atomic Energy Lab. U-238 is actually uranium. Let's let the kids play with real radioactive ore. The absurdity. While technically released in the 50s, these sets floated around for decades. They contained an actual piece of uranium ore and a Geiger counter. Would you like to know more? I can dig up information. So yeah, it was actually a piece of slightly radioactive uranium ore.
How fun.
Yeah. How many kids made a dirty bomb out of it? I mean, you talk about there's not only the science, but like what were they thinking?
Think about how many toys back in the day were based on science, kids.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like kids that were into science.
Yep.
A lot of them. I mean, even right down to figure like different figures, like figurines and stuff. Like you think about it, like
I mean, Star Wars is all based on
right.
It's called science fiction, you
Right.
know?
Everything. I mean, even when you look at like Masters of the Universe, which we've had a lot of fun with but I mean, like when you think about the different characters on those, like the animals that they've morphed into,
Yeah.
using their features versus it's really all science based. We don't do
Even
that so much
Barnyard
anymore.
Commandos got a hold of the radioactive pig slop.
Right. Right. We were ahead of our time. We had STEM toys back then.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. The $6 million man.
There you go.
There you go, man.
How much would he be worth today?
Oh man, he'd probably be worth upward around $100 million man, wouldn't he?
Is Lee Majors? Is he dead?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Who was the Bionic Woman?
Jamie Summers.
But
Lindsay Wagner.
Yeah, sorry. Wait. Yeah,
you guys remember?
Lindsay.
Jamie Summers was her TV name.
Yeah, that was her TV name.
You guys remember having a crush on her?
Oh, yeah.
So did we have any females listening tonight? Did you guys have a crush on the $6 million man like we did the Bionic Woman? If anybody's listening, and
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 6 people.
so, and I have no. You know what's weird about when you're young like that, and it's a whole different topic. But your crushes, you have no idea how old they are. Like, you know what I mean?
So, by the way, $6 million today, like from 1976, I think it's when the show started.
Yeah.
$34,162,671.35.
How much?
$34 million.
Huh. I thought it would be higher than that.
Lindsay Wagner's 76 now.
Wow. I could say that my first 3 celebrity crushes, Debbie Harriet Blondie, Solid Gold. We'll watch her on Solid Gold. Bo Derek in 5th grade, and I kind of had the hots for Lisa Welchel when she was on Mickey Mouse Club when I was little, who became Blair from Facts of Life.
I didn't know she was on the Mickey Mouse Club.
Yes, she was. Yep.
Yeah, I had a Blair crush, and that's another thing. That's what I mean. Like, so you obviously now it's not as big a deal, but you guys are what 6-7 years older than me. So in those days, that was 6-7 years is a big difference.
Yeah.
But I shared the same crush as you guys. Like I was aiming high for my age, I think.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, we should do an episode some night. This is a great topic idea, by the way. I just thought of it. We should do an episode one night where we just talk. No plan. Not that we have much of a plan anyway, but like no topic, and we just talk about people, and we go to their Wikipedia and we find out interesting things and see how many different connections we can make. Because I literally just went to Lindsay Wagner's page, and this is really cool. So listen to this. She was scheduled to be a passenger on American Airlines Flight 191 from Chicago to Los Angeles on May 25th of 1979.
My birthday.
But suddenly felt very ill while waiting for the plane. She skipped the flight, which crashed only minutes after takeoff, killing all 271 people on board and 2 people on the ground, the deadliest aviation accident to have occurred in the United States.
Wow.
That's fascinating.
It is.
Wow.
And then there's another connection. It's your birthday.
Yeah.
Your 8th birthday.
Yep.
Wow.
Man.
It's interesting how many, like, I know 9/11, was it Mark Wahlberg was supposed to be on a flight and missed it or something like that. It's just interesting how many times that happens. But anyway, sorry. She lived next to Eddie Van Halen and Valerie Bertinelli, by the way.
The historian chimes in, TV's Topanga is now 44.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man. Good old TV's Topanga, man. Well, that's all I got with that one. That was enjoyable. I didn't even really get into geeking out on my action figure, my toys that I had. But just like my backup topic was the holy grail of Gen X toys, the ones that only the rich kids got. If you're wanting an example, the USS Flag from G.I. Joe, which was the entire aircraft carrier, which was some, like, in today's money is almost like $400, and B, where would you put it? It was huge. So just throwing that out there.
I was never into G.I. Joe.
Jason had it?
Oh, you guys, yeah, he was the man. Everything we collected, he had like his goal. He got all of, like, at different times he had like every Star Wars until new one would come out. He had every Star Wars figure, every Star Wars vehicle, and then like G.I. Joe, he had every one. I mean, like, it was the only thing I think I surpassed him in was Master of the Universe. I know I had all of those, all of the different vehicles, all the men,
that friend was my friend Brian, but by the time I got closer to Brian, we were past that age. But he had 3 things that I lusted after as a collect. He had the AT-AT, the Star Wars, like the giant walking.
Is it the 4-legged one or the 2-legged?
Yeah, the 4-legged one.
Yeah, Jason had that. It was about 3 foot tall.
Oh, yeah. And he also had the Millennium Falcon.
Oh yeah.
And he had
that would always drop pieces. That thing always fell apart.
Yeah. And then from my real early days, like 5 and 6 years old, the superhero action figures, he had Iron Man and Falcon, which were never available anyplace. Those are the ones I always wanted from the commercial, and you can never find them anyplace. Not even Johnny's Toys or Children's Palace. I still don't know what sorcery
not
he used.
KB? No. KB didn't have it?
Certainly not KB.
KB was a lame poser compared to Children's Palace and Johnny's Toys.
Yeah.
I liked KB.
It was okay. It was just small.
I mean, it was a good place to pass the time when you were in Eastgate Mall. But
yeah, it held its own for a small mall,
now,
a small mall store.
From that era of action figure, one thing they did have, which I always laughed at, it was so lame. They had Conan the Barbarian, but he had real hair like a Barbie doll would. No, No, and that disqualified that one. And then once I got tired of going to KB and looking around there, I would sashay over to Walden Book and read Garfield comic books. So,
I remember when Jason the aircraft carrier talking about it literally took up.
Oh, he's gone.
I don't know where he went. Come back, Todd.
Come back. Don't go to the light, Todd.
See, that's been happening. I don't know why that's been happening. See if I can find him. He's out.
He's lost in the ether sphere.
Yeah. Well, while he's gone, I'm sure he'll be back. Our platforms are down to the lower right-hand corner of your screen. You can watch us on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, and Twitch.
Twitch.
And our social medias are... Will you answer his text? Tell me may have to click on the link again or something. But our social media outlets are on the bottom of the screen. Play It By Ear Podcast on Facebook, if you search that. At Play It By Ear Pod 2 on X. And there he's back.
It's a mystery.
There he is.
Yeah. You guys, my screen just went black.
And at Play It By Ear PIBE Podcast on Instagrams. So,
so what? Good.
April Flowers just chimed in, came back, and I still don't recognize any of the things you're talking about. So she's young enough; she doesn't recognize any of those toys.
Wow.
Yeah.
How, if you don't mind me asking, April? I hate to do it, but how old?
She's in her late 30s.
When
right?
about
She's about 5 years younger than you, 5 or 6 years younger than you.
She should remember some of those.
But she was a girl.
She was a girl.
She should remember Garbage Pail Kids.
I'll bet James remembers.
Oh, yeah.
Some of it, I think, isn't even an age thing. I think it's just if you just interest, right? I could see people being turned off by Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah.
I mean, the things I thought were funny back then are the same things I think are funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I can think of 2 classmates in particular that would not have laughed at Garbage Pail Kids then nor now.
Right.
Well,
shame on them.
If you're thinking of the 2 I'm thinking of, they didn't laugh at anything. So,
well, I was saying though, when Jason got that carrier, I remember Brady coming over and it was the foot of his bed, like on the floor, and it took up the entire play area of his room.
It was huge.
It was the biggest toy I've ever seen.
Yeah, and
there's a joke there somewhere, but I'm not going to say it here.
There was one of the other ones on that Holy Grail list was there was a Masters of the Universe Eternia playset, and it was the Kingdom of Eternia. It was huge, man. It had mountains of mountains here and mountains there and all kinds of things, and it was another one of been $400 ones for in today's money.
Right.
But anyway, we could geek out over action figures later.
So April says Brady is her favorite. She's $39.99 plus shipping and handling.
Hang on a minute. I didn't even guess. I should be your favorite because I was respectful enough to not even guess an age.
I didn't even hear Brady's guess.
I just said mid to late 30s.
Yeah, and Eric, you said, I know why you're not her favorite because you said about 5 years younger than me.
No, right.
Right. So,
but I didn't say. Well, now you just gave it away. I didn't give a number.
I digress. I should be the favorite because I wouldn't even go there. I did ask though, I guess. So that puts me in.
Well, there you go. I was providing you context without giving away the number. Now you gave away the number.
Well, yeah, but you were all high, so that's safe. So you didn't give away too much.
Okay.
We all were innocent there. We weren't trying to. We knew we were
innocent, man.
Yeah, we knew we were dipping our toe in quicksand there, and we tried to.
Indeed.
All right, my turn.
Your turn.
Is.
Okay, so we did our live episode a couple weeks back, and I know Brady had a topic in the holster, ready for the live episode. And it was TIFU. TIFU. And if you guys want to explain what TIFU is.
Today I flubbed up.
Yes. It's today I effed up. You can put your own colorful F word in there. They said fouled and flubbed. You should be able to use your imagination and know what the F really stands for. But since we keep it TV-14 and we are all educators, we're going to say flubbed, fouled, or just F word.
Farned.
Fair bared. We fair bared up. Today I fair bared up. Right off the bat here, this is very similar to Am I the Asshole? Not similar, but same idea. It's a Reddit thread, a Reddit subthread. And I have some Christmas TIFUs here. First one's a very short one. It says, today I effed up by eating Christmas pudding.
Pudding
is delicious. I was away from home over the Christmas holidays, so I missed out on my grandmother's Christmas pudding, also known as plum pudding.
Oh.
Because raisins used to be called plums. For those that don't know, Christmas pudding is a traditional English pudding made with dried fruits, nuts, spices, eggs, and molasses.
Molasses.
Recipes are highly individual, but those are the core ingredients. And if you watched or you attended the live podcast, we had a long talk about this whole idea of Christmas, like the fruit cake and the ingredients and the idea of these spices and different fruits and things like that. We found that in the fruit cake, there was one fruit that we thought was pretty good out of the cherries. If you just pulled a cherry out of the fruit cake, it was good. It tasted like a cherry you pull out of like cherry cold ice cream. But the rest of them looked nothing like the fruits that they claimed to be or tasted like the fruit.
That green chunk of alleged pineapple that tasted like it came from the bottom of a chemical toilet.
And it was the same color as the bottom of a chemical toilet. That's what I mean. The cherries maintained their color. And one piece, I had like an entire whole cherry, and they reminded me again of the cherries in cherry cordial. They weren't like the cherries in like cherry cheesecake or something. But none of us liked the fruit cake. Did we like the dark or the light?
The light was better. The dark was even more dark.
Right. Yeah. So I do know that fig pudding or figgy pudding was on a list of the Christmas foods. But so I'm assuming this is a figgy type pudding that he's talking about.
Yes.
Bring us some figgy pudding.
I didn't know there were eggs in it.
Yeah, that's probably what gives its confectionery puddingness.
Yeah. I was in a grocery store just after New Year's and saw they were clearing out the puddings. I picked one up and ate it last night. As I was throwing the packing out, I realized it was meant to serve 4 people. I spent most of the night writhing around with a seemingly tennis ball-sized lump in my digestive tract. And I finally pooped this morning. My farts were walking down the hallway of my colon. Swinging a cane. I picture the Planters peanut guy, like just
You're going to make an Oasis reference there. Slowly walking down the hall, sort of like a cannonball.
This person says that the comments in that analogy gave me a good belly laugh at the end of a truly awful day. This person says, "You sure that the raisins weren't prunes? Prunes are dried plums, so it'd make more sense to call the pudding plum pudding if it had prunes."
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That I'm not gonna get into specifics, but my science class, they were trying to engineer a nutrition bar that could be like dropped in disaster zones. They had ingredients to pick from. So prunes were high in like carbohydrates and glycemic index, but of course we know what happens when, so that's how I looked up what a prune was, and a prune is just a grape to a raisin is a plum to a prune.
Yes. I could have told you that.
Yeah, didn't know that, but let's just say that it moves quickly, I'm assuming.
Well, and if it's already pudding,
Yeah.
it's not going to firm up.
No. Not to be disgusting, but that's going to be soft serve. Like that. That's not gonna. That's not gonna go well. It's nothing but fiber, basically, and other rich ingredients like sugar and egg. Probably. Oh my gosh, that poor person was probably illin.
You be illin'.
Man.
So this is off track here, but on the link at the bottom it's really cool if you go to Reddit and like it has it's actually nothing funny about this, but this link is to a Reddit autism sub thread, and I love the heading, so I thought maybe I would read this if you guys are okay with it. It just says taking Santa literally, and this fascinates me. And it quotes, he sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you are awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. So be good for goodness sake. And this person says, I took all of these statements literally as a young girl. I genuinely saw Santa as a good figure, someone who could see me and watch me basically 24/7. He takes no days off. I lived in fear of Santa. I thought my every move was being calculated, watched, judged. I prayed to him sometimes. Not to mention, I was also brought up religious. I'm agnostic now. So I thought I had two guys watching my every move. Not symbolically, literally.
Oh, wow.
One guy who monitors whether I will get presents. Another monitoring if I will go to the depths of hell. I was a very
the
shy.
other one was tonsil boxing with mom.
I was a very shy and rule bound to a fault. I remember when I finally realized Santa wasn't real. Spoiler alert. If you have young, we should have, because we do have young kids that watch sometimes.
Not that young, right?
Not our fault. Yeah, not
It
our
shouldn't
fault.
be.
Bad parenting if you're letting them watch us. Yeah. I remember when I finally realized Santa wasn't real, it felt like a weight had been brought off my shoulders. I've never thought of that. That is fascinating to me.
Well,
it is.
You take two lines of thought with that. That line of thought, or Santa's a stalker.
Right. But he's stalking for a good reason.
Is he? Because he's trying to catch you being bad.
No.
He
just sees you. He doesn't try to catch you. He's more disappointed with you if you.
But if he catches you being bad, he's going to bring you coal and switches.
Right. Is he disappointed, or does he prefer to catch you being bad? And that's one off his list he doesn't have to come see.
Yeah, but
saves him money.
Switches and coal are going to be heavier for the reindeer.
But it saves him money.
I don't know. The price of coal, especially with environmental regulations right now, it probably.
But I'm interested. Anyone watching, did you think that? Because I never thought that way. I don't ever remember being afraid of Santa. I don't ever remember thinking of Santa as a threat. It's an interesting rabbit hole to this. And I don't know where the autism. I'm assuming this person that wrote this is on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Because of the sub thread. But
like sometimes difficult to idioms and
right. Metaphors.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Or
literal. Yeah.
Figurative versus literal language.
Yeah.
So I got a couple comments from April whenever you're ready.
Do you think, though, I have one more comment on this. Do you think that finding out there's no Santa, I'm going to go deep here. This may be as deep as we've ever gone. So buckle up.
Ready.
Yeah, strap a board to your butt so you don't fall deeper. Do you think her finding out, I think it was a she, finding out there was no Santa is what made her agnostic?
If she prayed to Santa.
No. I'm saying, like, she said she felt she had two people watching.
Well,
so she finds out one's not true.
I see what Eric's saying. Yeah.
But she prayed to Santa, so
right.
By extension, if I can't pray to Santa, I can't pray to anybody.
Right. Or I find out one's fake. One's a poser.
Both must be.
Oh, man.
Deep.
That is very deep.
Brady, wake the dog back there, Brady. Brady, wake the dog, and that's not a euphemism. Wake the dog. and ask the dog what it thinks, because we need a canine opinion here.
He would say it was rough.
Okay, April says she loves prunes. No one else in her house will even look at them. They are moist and brown, and my family thinks they look disgusting.
How old is she again?
5 years older than you.
No, younger, Eric.
Or younger. Sorry, younger. You're 5 years older than she is.
You just definitely dipped a third on the list, Eric.
I was probably already there, to be honest. But.
Well, I mean, hence why they call it a prune whistle. Because it,
I never thought I'd find anybody like prunes more than Brady. Brady doesn't like prunes. He just likes their juice.
He likes the juice.
No, I don't literally like them.
So, Eric, you want to explain to the audience what we're talking about?
Brady has always been early to bed.
I'm not a midnight oil burner.
So our joke was Brady had to go drink his prune juice before he went to bed.
Implying that I'm elderly. Because I need a solid
This would be like 6:30 on a Saturday evening, too. Like you're hanging out with Brady, like 6:30, he's got to go.
My metabolism and hyperactivity, I'm constantly, I'm just like St. Elmo's fire. I'm a man in motion, and I crap out fast.
All you need is a pair of wings.
I thought it was a pair of wheels.
I thought it was wings.
Because I thought it was about a guy in a wheelchair.
Well, that would be more than a pair of wheels. Maybe it was a motorcycle.
Well, see, I thought it was about a dude who was going to climb a mountain, and he had a disability, and he could climb the highest mountain. All he needs was a pair of wheels.
I never thought that far into it. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
No, I think that I remember seeing this on MTV. Martha Quinn told me.
Martha Quinn.
What was that?
Martha Quinn.
Sorry for the silence. They're fact checking me.
I am fact checking you. St. Elmo's Fire is a song by British singer John Parr. Let's see.
I sent you a text, Brady. Or actually, I sent must be a text.
St. Elmo's Fire is actually a thing.
Yeah, I know it's a thing, but the song Man in Motion, look for the lyrics of the song Man in Motion.
Hold on.
Or otherwise you're just going to get...
The storyline in the song is premised on the concept of Ute. And St. Elmo's Fire is a Ute-based movie.
True.
But what the track itself actually speaks to is the concept of not giving up in terms of pursuing one's goal, or perhaps we can even say one's destiny. The vocalist is on some type of journey, not necessarily the physical variety, but one that will define his young manhood nonetheless. And along the way, there appears to be some major setbacks or obstacles, but he refuses to give up. All he, quote, needs is a pair of wheels.
Okay.
And he is remaining on the path to achieving said goal. Indeed, he is not going to let any terrain, such as the highest mountain or the wildest sea, which themselves can be interpreted as metaphors, deter him along the way.
And I have done some research while you were... while
Are we really having an argument about
in pop culture and sports? Rick Hansen... It was inspired by Canadian athlete Rick Hansen's 1980s wheelchair journey around the world to raise awareness for people with spinal cord injuries. John Parr's St. Elmo's Fire Man in Motion became an anthem for his Man in Motion World Tour. So I think we're both right. I think...
Because just because he used it as motivation doesn't mean that's what it was.
The song wasn't written about the guy.
Right. I mean,
Martha Quinn did tell me
I could use... Burning Heart from Rocky as motivation. Doesn't mean that I'm rising like a spire.
Rising like a spider.
Don't laugh at me. That line makes damn good sense.
Yeah,
it makes more sense than spire, to be honest with you.
Why would it make more sense than a spire?
Because spiders rise. They crawl up.
Well, so do spires.
Spires are already up there.
But
you don't ever. You see a spider crawling up. You don't usually see him crawling down.
Au contraire, mon frère.
Au contraire, mon frère.
They're crawling up to get the higher ground because they
human
know.
beings swallow 7,000 spiders a year. Of course, they're coming down out of the ceiling.
Yeah, they do lower themselves down a lot.
Yeah. But
so I find it interesting, though, some of the comments on this. Do you guys ever get the sense that people, when they become adults and they find something out about when they were kids, that they try to act as if they knew it all along or something like that? Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say here.
I
but
know what you mean.
So like this person says, or if you agree by proxy, would that be the term? Like this person says, I thought I was the only one. My mom had to actually tell me he wasn't real. I think this person's missing the point. We all thought Santa was real. Everybody I know growing up thought Santa was real, but I don't know anyone who took it so literally that they
experienced it like this girl did.
Right. And comments like that bother me. Like, this person isn't posting this because they thought Santa was real. That's not unique. This person literally prayed to Santa, like Eric said, and took it so literal that the song lyrics caused uncomfortable. Her to be uncomfortable.
Well, or was she comfortable because of the song lyrics?
It sounded like both in her description. Like she almost acted like it was a positive and a negative. Did you get that from her? But while I thought Santa was real, I never took song lyrics literal. Maybe because I still don't take song lyrics literal.
Well, you did, but you just didn't think that much into it.
Yeah.
All you were thinking, okay, Santa's watching me.
We were too busy laughing about Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh,
yes.
That's true.
And so this person, again, I also took it literally. When I realized Santa's handwriting was the same as my dad's, a lot of things got easier. But again, you're not talking about the same thing here. Now, this person says, when I stopped believing in Santa, I stopped believing in God.
Oh.
So it's this whole, I never even connected the two. Isn't that odd that I've never